Welcome to North Carolina Wine TV. I'm your co-host Kip Bodner.
And I'm your other co-host Jeff Cohen.
Welcome back. Thanks for all the comments. We got some great comments here recently, so big thanks to that. Jeff, what are we doing today?
We're drinking North Carolina wine.
Well, what are we drinking?
What are we drinking? We are drinking Westbend 2004 Pinot Noir.
We're drinking Pinot Noir?
Grown in the Yadkin Valley.
Interesting.
It's interesting. We've been keeping our eye out for grapes that are not so common in North Carolina.
This is one of them.
And this is one of them. I ran across this at Weaver Street in Carborough, and I said, we need to try it.
And you know, Pinot Noir obviously made famous by the movie Sideways. You know, it dissed Merlot and it pumped up Pinot Noir.
Yep.
A lot of people started drinking Pinot Noir, actually. Pinot Noir, you know, is grown mainly in the U.S., in Oregon and California.
Right.
So, not really grown in North Carolina. There's a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really tough, very difficult grape to grow.
Right.
But wherever you're growing, a very difficult grape to grow. Plus, it needs the right weather conditions. It has to be very closely taken care of. It's just a hard and expensive grape to grow. So most people in North Carolina don't grow it. Apparently West Bend, at least at some point, did. This is a 2004 Pinot Noir. So this has been around a while.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how the age plays into it as a factor.
And what's interesting, it's been around a while, but it has not been sitting on the shelf at Weaver Street.
Because it popped up.
That's right. It popped up. One of the things that we do is we go around to local wine stores,
see what distributors have kind of put out that they've maybe had left behind, right?
That's right. And we keep up with what North Carolina wine is on the shelf.
I do. Every wine store. What North Carolina wine is on the shelf. Did you say the price of this yet?
I did not. It's $17.
$17, which for North Carolina wine is on the high end of the price scheme. For Pinot Noir, pretty cheap.
Yeah.
A good bottle of Pinot Noir is probably anywhere, in fact, at the cheapest 20 upwards of $100, couple $100. So even higher. So that being said, $17 is our price point. You want to see what this bad boy has done since 2004?
Yeah.
We have our Burgundy glasses here, Pinot Noir glasses, and
you're doing some power swirling.
I'm doing some power swirling.
I have to catch up with the power swirling.
Well, what are you getting? Nose is kind of faint to me, but a lot of times nose of Pinot Noirs are kind of faint. Pinot Noirs should be a light, very finesse-filled wine. It's very light in body.
Right.
You know, you should be able to see your fingers through the glass, and this has the color characteristics of Pinot Noir. Maybe a tad light for a Pinot.
Yeah. What am I getting? I think I'm getting some black fruit.
Like some blackberry.
Yeah, some black fruit, and then something that I'm really not sure if it's a cocoa or a coffee. There's a
I find it more of like a coffee kind of scent.
Okay.
And what I would also kind of describe as sour cherries. Sour cherries happening here.
Is there a bit of, almost like a bit of leather or earthiness?
Yeah, it's kind of like a mix between, like, you know, your old, like an old wallet or a really old piece of leather and like forest floor, like dirt, leaves, pine.
Yeah.
There's some type of earthiness that's happening there as well. So, all in all, I don't get any alcohol. No oak is knocking me down.
Right.
So from smelling this, it's off to a fair start. So let's see. This is the first time we've ever had a North Carolina Pinot Noir. First time we've ever had this wine. Let's see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My initial reaction is that while it's very dry and with, you know, a lot of tannins, there's not a lot of flavor.
The age, I think, has hurt this wine.
Okay.
I think some of the fruit has gone away, and there's not a lot left.
Right.
There's not a lot of secondary flavors that have evolved after this wine.
Yeah.
So that being said, this is the most like in the road, middle of the road wine I can remember us reviewing. Like, because it's not bad.
Right.
But it's not good either.
Yeah.
It's like the Pat skit from Saturday Night Live, like from way back when you didn't, like the character when you didn't know if it was a man or a woman.
Right.
It was like way in between, like you didn't know what was going on, and that's what this wine's like. It's like, would I recommend this to somebody? I don't know. Would I not recommend it? I don't know. It's like right in the middle.
Yeah.
Because in the mouth, there's some nice acidity. It's very clean.
Yeah.
Not alcohol. No alcohol come through. Some of that cocoa coffee on the back end from the oak. Up front, there's like a tart fruit, a very faint, like tart cranberry, cherry kind of flavor. They were close to pulling this off. Especially back in the day, I bet. But it's not. I mean, if you put this in a paper bag blind, I don't know that I would have told you it was from North Carolina.
Right.
It has none of the telltale green meanie or I would have said maybe it's it's an average Pinot Noir from California or something, but it's not bad.
Is it obviously a Pinot Noir to you? Is there enough of the Pinot characteristics?
It is obviously an obvious Pinot Noir to me. So to finish this show up, if you like Pinot Noir and you're just curious, you want to drop $17 because you're like, I really love Pinot Noir. I think it's great. I wonder what a Pinot Noir North Carolina tastes like. You don't have any expectations of it blowing your mind, being awesome, but you just want to know.
Yeah.
Definitely not a waste of money to find out. But that being said, Pinot Noir has done better other places.
Right.
They're better, much better red wine grapes and red wines in North Carolina to spend the hard-earned cash on.
Yeah.
So what do you rate this bad man?
So how about a rating? I'm probably floating in the 2 to 2.5 range. I think you like it a little more than I do.
I do think I like it, but I also said that I thought it was one of the more in the middle ones. And so if you take the middle of our rating scale, 2.5 does it. I think that's pretty much the rating.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
not good, not bad.
Right.
It's 2.5.
Right.
It's mediocrity in a bottle.
That's right. And if we're actually living our rating scale where we're using all 5 points.
Yes.
Not like ignoring 90 points of the 100-point scale.
Jeff has a beef with the 100-point wine scale.
That's right.
But
it's a fail at 88.
Check us out, Twitter, Facebook, RSS, email, all that fun stuff over in the sidebar. Leave us comments. We've been getting really great comments. If there's wines you want us to try, we got some comments about that. We're seeking those out. We're trying to procure those wines, and as soon as we can, we'll get them on the show. Anything else?
No, I think that about does it.
Housekeeping for today's episode? We're good?
This wine was purchased by me.
By Jeff for $17.
That's right. My FTC full disclosure, purchased by me. Honest review. Thanks a lot. Here's to the Old North State.